Hi. So you may have noticed that I haven't uploaded for a while. The reason for that is that I've been trying to beat Minecraft fast. I always liked watching Minecraft speedrunning content on YouTube, but I had never actually considered speedrunning myself until my brother challenged me to beat Minecraft on the latest version. I tried it out and found that while I loved trying to beat the game fast, what I didn't love was the lack of good seeds to speedrun on and the bad pearl luck. You see, in version 1.16.2, piglin trades were modified so that they gave less than half the amount of pearls they used to in 1.16.1. That's why all speedrunners speedrun in 1.16.1. So, with all of that in mind, I decided to play FSG. FSG stands for Filtered Seed Glitchless and involves using an external program to find seeds that match a certain criteria. Basically, meaning that all the seeds you play are guaranteed to be good. The meta for FSG when I started playing was having a village and a ruined portal near spawn, with a bastion and fortress nearby in the nether, with an ocean exposed stronghold. I completed my first ever run 5 days after I started speedrunning, with a time of 29 minutes and 54 seconds, barely under 30 minutes. Looking back on this run now makes me cringe. At this point, all my speedrunning knowledge was just from gleaning things off of speedrunning videos on YouTube. I had no idea how to efficiently loot bastions, although I had learnt a few things from watching speedrunning content. I was pretty bad at one-cycling the dragon, and my general decision making for speedrunning was pretty poor. After all, I had just started speedrunning 5 days ago. Here are a few major time losses from that run. I spent about a minute managing my inventory in the bastion when I could have left. I didn't get enough wood, so when I left the nether I had to look for more. I had absolutely awful stronghold navigation, and I didn't kill the dragon when it first perched. At this point my movement and crafting were also pretty bad as well. Overall, it's a pretty messy and bad run. By now the meta for FSG had changed. This time it was made so a looting 3 sword would always be in the ruined portal chest. This saved a lot of time with the blaze fight. So my next big improvement was a run with a time of 19 minutes and 54 seconds. I had improved a lot. I had also properly learned how to route bastions. There were still quite a few major time losses in this run, so here they are. I obviously hadn't learned my lesson from last time, because once again I waited in the bastion unnecessarily for about 30 seconds organizing my inventory. And at the blaze spawner I also stayed for longer than I needed because I didn't realize I had enough blaze rods. I'd improved my stronghold navigation skills a lot, but they were still pretty bad, so that's another time loss. This run was much better than the last one, but still had lots of room for improvement. At 10 minutes and 35 seconds, my next run was so close to the goal I had made from the start, sub 10, so it's extremely frustrating that this run had such a glaring time loss. At the beginning of this run, I crafted all of my wood into buttons, so I had to mine all of the wood I needed again. If I hadn't done that, then this run could well have been sub 10, and this video would have been released 2 months ago. There are no other major time losses for that run, as it was quite a while between my sub 20 and this run, so I had improved a lot. After 2 months, you can be sure the FSG meta has changed. By now, the village has been completely scrapped, and now you just get the ruined portal. In the chest of the ruined portal, there is guaranteed to be a looting 3 sword, enough obsidian to complete the ruined portal, and enough iron nuggets to craft an iron pickaxe. Without the village, your entry times are a lot faster, but it's a lot more risky because you aren't guaranteed to get food. So, as I said, the time between my 10:35 and my sub 10 was over 2 months, so it's an understatement to say I'd improved. I could now route any bastion, I was way better at killing the dragon, my movement and crafting were way faster, and most importantly, my general speedrunning decision making had gotten much better. So, with all of that out of the way, let's get into my sub 10. So, I load into the world and immediately start looking for the room portal. I see the portal and start moving towards it. Something that I didn't mention was that the rune portal always generates in positive coordinates, so by bringing up my F3 screen I can figure out what direction the portal will be in. I also grab some wood on my way so I can craft my pickaxe and axe without moving away from the portal. Then I open the chest and take what I need from it. I got pretty lucky in this run because it's not guaranteed that you get golden carrots, but now I have enough food for the rest of the run. I craft an iron pickaxe and grab the gold block to craft it into a golden axe. Then I mine enough wood for a bunch of building blocks and a bit extra so I can craft the beds I'll need to one cycle later in the run. I enter the nether and spawn inside the fortress. The bastion will always spawn in positive coordinates, so once again I know where it will be using my F3 screen. I pause here to figure out the best way to get to the bastion, and I end up seeing another fortress to my right, so I get pretty confused. As you'll see later, the fortress that you go to in FSG is quite important. So here I was trying to figure out which one I should go to after I leave the bastion, and then I realized that both sides were part of the same fortress, and it's just really big. I've also decided to just bridge the bastion from the ledge that sticks out, so I start running towards that. Then I start bridging towards the bastion. Also, you'll see me change my FOV a lot in this run, and that's because with the max FOV you can see a lot further in the nether, but I prefer the look of normal FOV, so I just switch between them. And same with my render distance, except it's just for lag reasons. I don't want to be on high render distance all of the time, so I put it down. I break into the bastion and then make a little bridge so the piglins I anger later will easily be able to follow me. I break a couple of chests to anger all of the piglins, and then proceed to do the bastion route called top-down housing, as this type of bastion is called housing, and I'm coming from the top of the bastion to the bottom. I break some gilded blackstones to anger some extra piglins and jump down into the gold area. I also switch my difficulty from easy to hard, because the harder the difficulty, the higher piglins will be willing to fall down to chase the player, so changing my difficulty will allow them to follow me much easier. I mine a hole for them to go into and start throwing them gold. Then I start mining more gold from the locations that I have memorized for this bastion. I then dig out of my hole and switch my difficulty back to easy. I start sorting my inventory a bit and throwing out the items I don't need. Then I go and loot another chest that spawns at the bottom of the bastion. I come back and then I realize that I have everything I need, so I start to leave the bastion back the way I came. Then I pearl towards the fortress. I am expecting to hit the side of the fortress and have to block clutch, but I overshoot my pearl and almost land in the lava lake, where I would have died. Luckily, I land on a little ledge right next to the fortress. I splash my fire resistance and build up to the fortress. I see a blaze and kill it with my looting sword, and get 3 blaze rods. I look around to locate more blazes and eventually find a blaze spawner, and 1 blaze is spawned. Luckily, when I kill it, it drops another 3 blaze rods, so now I have enough. Now I need to find where to blind travel. For those of you who don't know, blind traveling is when you use the obsidian from piglin trades to make another portal to exit the nether, instead of going back through your original one. This lets you travel much faster, and if you are lucky, you can blind travel out very close to the stronghold, instead of having to travel thousands of blocks. In FSG, if you build your exit portal at certain coordinates that correspond to the coordinates that the fortress is in, you will spawn within 300 blocks of the stronghold. This is why it was important for me to think about what fortress I was going to go to. I figured out what coordinates I need to go to, but as you saw, I did struggle a bit looking for an opening in the direction that I needed to go. I eventually find one and head over to where I need to go. I build my portal and exit the nether. I check what time it is at and quickly manage my inventory. I craft a boat and then start crafting my Eyes of Ender, but I mess up a bit. I throw one, look down to the water and immediately see the stronghold, so this was an extremely lucky blind. I look around to see if the actual portal room is ocean exposed as well. You can usually recognize it from the iron bars in the side, which emit light from the lava inside. I swim down towards it and start breaking into the side. I run up the stairs and fill in the portal. Once entering the end, I look around and then start building upwards. Once I've reached the surface, I throw a pearl towards the center of the island. I actually hit an enderman with my end pearl here, but luckily it doesn't get angry at me. I run towards the bedrock pillar and set up my one cycling platform. I run over towards the side of the end island and start crafting my beds. This dragon takes in a very long time to perch. This time could have been sub 9 if the dragon had had an average perch time, so I will speed up some parts of it because nobody just wants to watch me doing absolutely nothing. Here, I thought that it was perching, but it was actually just debating me, so I run back. And here, I look at an enderman. I look in my inventory for my boat, which I could just trap it in and then ignore it, but I don't have it anymore, and I don't have enough wood to craft another one. Luckily, I had actually thought about what I would do if I looked at an enderman during the end fight ages ago, and I had a strategy to keep it away from me. So I just built a 3-high tower to prevent it from hitting me and continue waiting. The enderman actually takes a block out of my tower here, and because it's made of gravel, my entire tower sinks downwards. Luckily, the enderman doesn't hit me, so I have enough time to grab another block and place it. I see the dragon is about to perch, and now, all I have to do is complete the one cycle, and I will have achieved the goal that I set 3 months ago. For anyone who cares, I will be doing a lot more speedrunning content in the future, as I enjoyed a lot. If you liked this video, then I would really appreciate it if you considered subscribing and leaving a like. I also have a Discord server, the link for that is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.